Hello, my name is Anna. I'm 28 years old and I work as a graphic designer in Chicago. I've been working at Miller and Associates for 2 years now. It's a good job. I like my colleagues. I like my projects. But there's something I need to confess. I have feelings for someone at work. I know. It sounds complicated, right? Mixing work with personal feelings is never a good idea. Everyone says that. My mother says that. My friends say that. Even the company handbook says that. But feelings don't follow rules. They don't care about policies or professional boundaries. His name is Daniel. And every morning when I walk into the office, my heart beats a little faster. Every time I see him in a meeting, I lose focus. Every time he smiles at me, I forget what I was about to say. I'm nervous, I'm confused, I don't know what to do. Should I tell him? Should I ignore these feelings? Should I look for another job? These questions keep me awake at night, and that's why I want to share my story with you today. Let me describe my office first. It's a modern open space on the 10th floor. Large windows let in lots of natural light. There are desks everywhere, arranged in clusters. We have a coffee machine area where people gather in the morning. There are several meeting rooms with glass walls. It's a typical corporate environment. Daniel works in marketing. He's 32 years old and he's a marketing manager. We met 6 months ago during a collaborative project. My design team needed to work with his marketing team on a campaign for a big client. The first time I saw Daniel, I thought he was handsome. But I didn't think much about it. Lots of people are handsome, right? He was professional and polite. He had good ideas. He listened when others spoke. He treated everyone with respect. But then something changed. We started having more meetings together. We had coffee breaks at the same time. Sometimes we rode the elevator together. We talked about work, of course, but we also talked about movies, books, and music. I learned that he loves jazz. I told him I paint in my free time. He asked to see my paintings. These were small moments, normal conversations, but they meant something to me. I started looking forward to seeing him. I started dressing a little nicer for work. I started arriving early, hoping to run into him. Then I realized I was developing real feelings. Deep feelings. This wasn't just a silly crush anymore. And that scared me. Because Daniel wasn't just any colleague. He was technically my superior on the project. He reported to the director, who reported to the VP, and mixing feelings with hierarchy, that was dangerous territory. I checked the company policy. Relationships weren't forbidden, but they were discouraged. People talked. People judged. And I had worked so hard to build my reputation here. Did I really want to risk everything? But I couldn't stop thinking about him. Every day, I looked for signs. Did he feel the same way? Or was I imagining things? Sometimes during meetings, I caught him looking at me. When I looked back, he smiled. Was that a friendly smile? Or something more? I couldn't tell. One evening, he sent me a message about work. It was 9 o'clock at night. The message said, "Hey, Anna, I was thinking about your design concept. It's brilliant. You're really talented." My heart jumped. I read the message 5 times. Was this just professional feedback? Or was he trying to say something else? I needed advice. So I talked to Jessica, my best friend at work. We went to lunch together and I told her everything. Jessica listened carefully. Then she said something that worried me. Anna, be careful. Office romances are complicated. People will gossip. Some will say you're dating him to get promoted. Others will say he's unprofessional. And if things go wrong, you still have to see each other every day. Are you ready for that? Her words hit me hard. She was right, of course. I had seen office relationships fail before. I had seen the awkwardness, the tension, the drama. Did I want that for myself? But then a big project came up. Our teams needed to collaborate again, this time for an even more important client. That meant more meetings with Daniel, more brainstorming sessions, more time together. The tension grew. During one meeting, our hands accidentally touched when we both reached for the same document. Electric. That's the only word to describe it. We both pulled back quickly. We both pretended nothing happened. But something had definitely happened. Then came the company happy hour. Everyone went to a bar nearby after work. Daniel and I ended up talking by ourselves in a corner. We talked about everything except work. About our families, our dreams, our fears. At one point, he looked at me and opened his mouth as if to say something important. But then someone interrupted us, and the moment passed. That night, I made a decision. I needed to forget these feelings. I needed to be professional. I needed to focus on my career. Love at work was too risky, too complicated, too dangerous. I decided to create distance. I would be polite but cold, friendly but formal. I would protect my heart and my career. It was the smart choice, the mature choice, the right choice. But my heart didn't agree. 2 weeks later, everything changed. We had a crucial presentation for our biggest client. The presentation was scheduled for Friday morning. But by Wednesday evening, we weren't ready. The designs weren't perfect. The marketing message wasn't clear. We needed more time. Daniel and I volunteered to stay late and fix everything. By 7 o'clock, everyone else had gone home. The office was empty and quiet. Just the two of us, working in the main conference room. We worked in silence for a while. I redesigned the graphics. He rewrote the copy. We reviewed everything together, but I was tired. My eyes hurt, my brain was foggy, and then I made a stupid mistake. I accidentally deleted an entire slide. An important slide. Hours of work gone. No. I said, staring at my laptop. I can't believe I did that. I felt tears coming. This was so unprofessional. So embarrassing. I put my head in my hands. I wanted to disappear. Then I felt a hand on my shoulder, gentle, warm, comforting. Anna, it's okay, Daniel said softly. We can fix it. We have time. It's just a slide. You're doing an amazing job. You've been working so hard. I looked up at him. He was standing next to me, looking at me with such kindness, such care. This wasn't just a colleague being nice. This was something deeper. I'm sorry, I whispered. I'm just so tired. Me too, he said. But you know what? I'm glad I'm here with you. I'm always glad when I'm with you. The air changed. The moment became different. We were standing very close now. He was still touching my shoulder. I could smell his cologne. I could hear him breathing. Anna, he said quietly, I need to tell you something. I've been wanting to tell you for months. My heart was racing. What? I have feelings for you. Real feelings. I think about you all the time. When I'm in meetings, I look for you. When I'm at home, I wonder what you're doing. I know this is complicated. I know this could cause problems, but I can't pretend anymore. I just can't. I stared at him, shocked, happy, terrified, all at once. Daniel, I feel the same way. I've felt this way for so long, but I'm scared. What about work? What about the hierarchy? What about the gossip? He took my hand. I know. I've thought about all of that. But Anna, some things are worth the risk. We can do this the right way. We can talk to HR. We can be transparent. We can set boundaries. But I don't want to ignore this. I don't want to wonder what if, for the rest of my life, we stood there holding hands, looking at each other. Then he asked, "Can I kiss you?" I nodded, and he did. It was soft and sweet and perfect. In that empty conference room, surrounded by laptops and presentation slides, we kissed, and everything else disappeared. When we finally pulled apart, reality came back. "What do we do now?" I asked. "Tomorrow we talk to HR," he said. "We do this properly. We do this right." Okay, I agreed. We finished the presentation that night, but everything had changed. We had chosen each other. And we had chosen to face the consequences together. The next morning, we met with Sarah from Human Resources. We were both nervous. We sat across from her desk, and Daniel explained the situation. We had developed feelings for each other. We wanted to pursue a relationship, but we wanted to do it the right way. Sarah listened carefully. Then she smiled. "I appreciate your honesty. Many people don't handle this so maturely. Yes, the company allows workplace relationships, but they must be declared. There are some rules." She explained everything. Employees and direct reporting relationships couldn't date, but Daniel and I weren't in a direct reporting relationship. He was a manager, but not my manager. However, on our current project, he did have some supervisory authority over my work. That needed to change. "I'll reassign the project supervision," Sarah said. "Daniel, you'll still be on the project, but Jennifer will handle the oversight of Anna's work. That way, there's no conflict of interest. You'll need to maintain professional boundaries at work. No excessive personal displays of affection. Keep it appropriate. And if anything changes, you need to inform me. Understood?" We both nodded. It was fair. It was reasonable. We could do this. But walking back to our desks, I felt anxious. Now people would know. People would talk. What would they say? What would they think? I didn't have to wait long to find out. By lunchtime, the news had spread. Jessica came to my desk, grinning. "You and Daniel? Really? Oh my God, Anna. I'm so happy for you." But not everyone was supportive. Some colleagues gave me strange looks. I heard whispers. One woman from accounting made a comment. Well, that's one way to advance your career. It hurt. It really hurt. I had worked hard for 2 years. I had earned my position through talent and dedication. But now, some people would always wonder, did she get that promotion because of her boyfriend? Did she get that project because of her relationship? That evening I cried. Daniel came to my apartment. He held me while I explained my fears. What if they're right? What if people never respect me again? What if I've ruined my career? Anna, listen to me, he said firmly. You are incredibly talented. Everyone knows that. The people who matter know that. Yes, some people will gossip. Some people will judge. But that says more about them than about you. We haven't done anything wrong. We've been honest and transparent. We've followed the rules. Hold your head high. His words helped. Over the next few weeks, things settled down. We established clear boundaries at work. No holding hands in the office. No long personal conversations during work hours. We saved that for after work. We were friendly but professional. And something beautiful happened. Our relationship grew stronger. It was based on real connection, on respect, on shared values. We supported each other's careers. We celebrated each other's successes. We became partners in every sense of the word.
6 months passed.
The gossip died down. People saw that we were serious, that we were professional, that we were good at our jobs. Some colleagues even apologized for their initial reactions. I learned something important during those months. I learned to separate my professional identity from my personal life. I learned to set boundaries. I learned that I could be successful and in love. They weren't mutually exclusive. And most importantly, I learned that sometimes taking a risk is worth it. Looking back now, I can say with certainty, it was worth it. Every anxious moment, every difficult conversation, every whispered comment, it was all worth it. Because what Daniel and I have is real, it's genuine. It's built on honesty and respect. I learned so many lessons from this experience. First, authenticity matters. Hiding your feelings, pretending to be someone you're not, that's exhausting. It's unhealthy. Yes, we need to be professional. Yes, we need to follow rules. But we also need to be human. Second, communication is everything. Daniel and I talked about everything. Our fears, our boundaries, our expectations. We never assumed. We never guessed. We always asked. And that openness created a strong foundation. Third, workplace relationships are possible, but they require maturity. You can't be reckless. You can't ignore the complications. You need to think about consequences. You need to follow policies. You need to maintain professionalism. But if you do all that, if you're responsible and honest, it can work. I also learned to handle criticism better. Not everyone will support your choices. Some people will judge. Some people will gossip. That's life. What matters is knowing yourself, trusting your decisions, and surrounding yourself with people who truly care about you. Today, Daniel and I are still together. Still happy, still in love. We still work at the same company, though I recently got promoted to senior designer. I earned that promotion through my work, through my designs, through my dedication, and everyone knows it. Our relationship is respected in the office now. We're proof that office romance can work when it's done right. Several colleagues have even asked us for advice about their own workplace situations. My message to you is this: sometimes love appears in unexpected places, at work, at the gym, at a coffee shop. You can't always plan it. You can't always control it. And yes, sometimes it's complicated. Sometimes it's risky. But if it's real, if it's worth it, don't be afraid to take that chance. Just be smart. Be honest. Be respectful. And most importantly, be true to yourself. Thank you for listening to my story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the channel and watch the next story to learn even more English. Love can happen anywhere, even in a conference room at 9 o'clock at night. Trust your heart, but use your head too. Thank you for listening.